What's going on, you guys? It's Nacho with a brand new video, and in today's video I'm gonna be unboxing and installing my brand new carbon fiber steering wheel. Big shout out to King of Carbon Fiber for sponsoring me as well as making me this custom steering wheel. Make sure that you guys are using code Nacho10 when checking out their website for a percentage off your order. But without further ado, let's get started with the unboxing. There we go. Oh shit, look at that carbon, bro. Let's go ahead and unbox this. Okay, I went ahead and ordered the red paddle shifter replacements. I think it's gonna be a good mix along with the red stitching. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this. Okay. All right, we got the harnesses here. Take a look at this, bro. We also did the LEDs, so I'm gonna be putting that in as well. I went ahead and got all black carbon as well as black Alcantara with red stitching, and then we also got the LEDs. So let's go ahead and get to the installing process. All right, guys, so for the installation process, the first thing you're gonna wanna do before even touching the steering wheel is disconnecting your battery. All you gotta do is disconnect the negative, and for those who don't know how to do that, all you're gonna need is a 10mm. There's gonna be a bolt right here that you're gonna wanna use your 10mm to take out, and then go ahead and put that off to the side. You don't really have to take the positive side off, but if you wanna play it safe, by all means. After you disconnect that negative, you're gonna wanna wait about 20-30 minutes to make sure all the power is cut off in the car. This is the most important step, so make sure you guys don't miss it, because if you mess up on the steering wheel, that airbag will blow up right in your face. All right, so after you waited 20-30 minutes after disconnecting your battery, you're gonna want to take your airbag out. I went ahead and already took mine out, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. You guys are gonna want to get a flathead or anything small. What you're gonna be looking for these holes on the side of the steering wheel. As you guys can see, there's one on both sides, and there's also gonna be one on the bottom right here. As long as the tool you're using fits on the side, you should be good. All right, so when you guys put it inside the hole, you're gonna be aiming for that pin I'm moving right there. Same thing goes for the other side. It's gonna be that one right there, so you're gonna go ahead and push that in. For the bottom hole, it's pretty similar. You're just gonna be aiming for this pin right there. After you pop all 3 pins off, they should be able to come out pretty easy. After you got the airbag out, you're gonna wanna remove both of these connectors. There's one, there's a second. This should come out pretty easy. There you go. After you disconnect these 2 connectors, you're gonna wanna disconnect this wire as well, along with cutting this zip tie. All right, guys, so for the next step, before you guys remove the steering wheel, make sure you get masking tape laid over both of these edges right here. Grab a pen and make sure you mark where the exact center is. It's gonna look something like that. And then to get rid of this bolt in the middle, you're gonna grab a T55 bit. You're gonna make sure you have someone help you while you're doing this. I was in the driver's seat with both my hands on the steering wheel while I had someone outside help me remove the bit. You're gonna try hardest to make sure the steering wheel does not move, or else you can mess this thing up. Try to keep this right in the center and do not make this move, or you can mess up your lock. But after you get that bolt loose, you're gonna wanna go ahead and remove it. Take the steering wheel out, and it shouldn't take much pressure at all. All right, so after you got your wheel loose, you're gonna wanna remove both of these 2 bolts right here. Should be pretty straightforward to take them out, and then you're going to want to remove this trim piece right here, which will be pretty straightforward with one of these plastic tools. All right, you guys, so I got rid of the trim. After you get rid of that trim, you're going to want to remove both of these 2 bolts. Removing these 2 bolts will then allow you to remove the paddle shifters. I'm also going to be replacing my airbag cover. So for those wondering how to replace your airbag cover, you're going to want to go on the back side of it. You're going to want to pry out this metal just like that. Make sure that's not touching the black. As you guys can see, I already finished prying these 2 out. I haven't done this side yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So just like that, I'm gonna go ahead and do that on all the other 3. All right, so after you pry it all out, it should be able to pop out just like this. There we go. This one is the old cover right here, and we got the new one over here with carbon accent in the middle. As you guys can see that right there. We also got black suede along with the red stitching. So now we're pretty much just gonna reverse the steps to put it back in. There we go. Make sure you guys bend all of these back in place, and then you guys should be good to put it back in the car. All right, guys, so now with the steering wheel, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the paddle shifter replacements. In order to do that, we are gonna need the old steering wheel base. This is what we took off of the old steering wheel. We are gonna go ahead and take off the old paddle shifters and replace it with the exact new ones. Once we then swap them, we are gonna put the base of the old steering wheel onto this one. In order to do that, we then again are gonna have to remove the trim layer here and screw everything back. So I'll be back once I do all that. All right, guys, so as soon as you put your wheel back in place, make sure you guys screw this bolt back in. Make sure you guys put these connectors back in, along with these steering wheel connectors, and you should be good to basically clip this back on. I won't be doing a tutorial on the wiring process in order for the LEDs to work, but I will be able to link a video in the description below to show you guys exactly how to do it. The person who made that video is actually a Camry owner, and they did a really good job showing step by step how to wire it. So if you have a Camry and you're getting a steering wheel with one of these LEDs, make sure you guys follow that video down below. All right guys, so I'm pretty much just gonna put the connectors back into place. I'm gonna put these wires back onto the airbag, and I'll pick up the video as soon as I have everything installed. All right y'all, so I got everything back in place. I'm gonna go ahead and connect the battery, and I'm probably gonna wait until nighttime to pick up this video. That way I'll be able to drive around and show you guys exactly how the LEDs are looking like in nighttime. So I'll pick it up soon. All right guys, so it's finally nighttime, as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the steering wheel, and then we'll go ahead and take it on a spin. All right guys, I'm gonna use the phone for the flash right now. Soon I'm gonna switch over to the camera so I can show you guys a little bit more about these LEDs and the settings on here. But for now, just for a wide POV, I'm gonna go ahead and use this camera. As you guys can see, all around the steering wheel, the carbon is completely glowing. We got it all going back there. We got the controls replaced. The airbag is suede, red stitching, and then we got the carbon in the middle. We got carbon along the top as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on up here. All right guys, so as soon as you have the steering wheel hooked up, you're basically gonna be seeing this here. It's gonna show you the RPM and the miles per hour you're in. Obviously, if you hit the gas, this is gonna light up. I'm not gonna hit it too hard, but I'm just gonna show you guys a demonstration. There you guys go. All right, so I'm pretty much just gonna touch up on some of the features of the steering wheel. I'm not gonna go on a full in-depth guide on how to use the steering wheel and everything it holds, but I'm gonna briefly go by most of the things here. There's gonna be 2 buttons on the edge of the steering wheel that you can click to go left or to go right. These are some of the things that it can capture throughout the modes that you can be in. And if you hold on the left button, you guys can see it will change the setting. That second option you guys see right there, adjust the lighting. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. Click once on the right and then hold it down if you wanna select it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to colors. And as you guys can see, it's gonna give you a whole list of the LEDs that you can customize. The steering wheel here has a total of 5 LEDs, so all of them are completely adjustable to your liking. So I can go ahead and toggle through all of these colors. They got a whole bunch of colors. They range from green, blue, cyan, red, yellow, magenta, and white. I personally like to leave the first 2 at green, the other 2 at yellow, and the last one at red. After you finish selecting your color, you can pretty much hold the left button, and you can go ahead and scroll down by clicking the right button. Right under that LED 5, it says LED B. That's pretty much the indicator of when you can shift. That is also completely adjustable to whatever rev range you want to shift at. I personally have mine flashing at red. So for example, if I were to go over it, whenever I need a shift, it will just be flashing red. This once again is completely adjustable to your liking. They have a whole bunch of colors. Same colors as red, cyan, blue, green, white, and magenta or yellow. So there's a whole bunch of colors you guys can choose. Right under that LED B, there's pretty much LED T, which is the turn signal. I personally did not wire the turn signals, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip this option because I didn't do it. From my understanding, LED W is pretty much for show. I haven't played around too much with it, but that's all I pretty much know about that. And LED E, I believe, is the same thing. I could be mistaken though. But yeah, if we go ahead and go back, there is a settings tab, as you guys can see, all the way to that right. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that. We're gonna hold the right button. There we go. As you guys can see, we got a couple options here. The arrow down pretty much shows you what rev range you have to hit for the first LED to come on. I personally have it set to 500, but if you guys want it any higher, go ahead and click on that. Since right now I'm sitting at a lower RPM, obviously if I'm at 700, no color will show. 500 is the lowest one to put it on. I personally like seeing the first LED always on, so that's my personal preference. But you guys could always play around with that. And if we go ahead and go back, there is an arrow up, which pretty much does exactly what you think it does. The number next to the arrow up pretty much indicates when I need to shift. So whenever I hit 4,800 RPM, it'll start blinking that red I showed you guys earlier. This is all completely adjustable as well, so you can play around with it to whatever you like. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of other options you guys can play around with. I'm not gonna touch up on every single one, but those are pretty much the key ones I showed you. Let me know if you guys want me to do a separate video showing you exactly how to wire the LEDs. But without further ado, let's go ahead and go on a POV ride. All right, y'all, before we go on this ride, I'm gonna go ahead and get a quick drink. It is currently 12:14. Not sure if you guys can see that too well. But yeah, I'm gonna grab a quick drink and we'll be on the way. Got the slides as always. I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of these up. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, there we go. Went ahead, got the drink. And yes, I know my car is very, very dirty. One of these birds did me very dirty, but don't mind that. I'm gonna get a car wash very soon. There we go. These LEDs do not turn on. Oh my God.
K-band, KA band, laser, GPS connected.
All right, now that that's done, these LEDs do not come on until I turn on the headlights. So let's go ahead and take a look. As stated before, I do have the first 2 LED sets of green, the other 2 to yellow, and the last one a red. Whenever I hit that 4,800 RPM mark, it pretty much will flash red, and hopefully this POV picks it up pretty well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this steering wheel. I've honestly been enjoying the hell out of it. It's even more thick than the original one that I had, which honestly makes a really big difference. I didn't think that I would notice anything, but yeah, it's very noticeable whenever you start using it to drive. Let's go ahead and air up. I'm honestly just gonna go ahead and hold it a little bit closer. I do have a mount that I got on my chest, but I don't want it too far back. I'm gonna take this UE right here. Let me know you guys' thoughts on the wheel. Make sure you guys comment below. I'll be getting back to all of you guys. I've been experimenting a little bit about the colors. I try to do all red, but I personally just, I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather have green, yellow, and red. Let me go ahead and go into low gear just to show you guys how it looks like. It's gonna be red, and then if I hit it, it's gonna start flashing. Once again, if I downshift, you guys will see. And it can stay flashing until you need a shift, so that's pretty dope. Once again, it's completely adjustable, so whatever rev range you guys wanted to shift at, as you guys can see. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it one more time. I'm gonna hit it one last time just to show you guys, but other than that, I'm pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know any thoughts you guys have. I'll be able to get back to everyone in the comments. Make sure you guys follow my gram, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.